It's a brand new football season here in El Segundo. Hello everyone, welcome inside Hazeltine Field. I'm joined by Coach Steve Shevlin. I'm Aguirre DeLeo, and we're gonna preview this upcoming football season. Coach, thanks for joining us.
No problem, absolutely.
How's your summer been so far?
It's a little bit busy. They moved the start of the season up. They're trying to really move it up 2 weeks. We're basically up a week this year. So everything's a little more compressed. So we ended summer a little bit earlier, and we started this, part of the season a little bit earlier. But really good summer. Kids were working real hard. I feel like we had kind of a veteran team coming back. So it'll be interesting to see how we play next week.
25 years as the man in charge. How does that feel?
Fast. Yeah, it really feels fast. You look back and you think some of the teams you had and some of the years and some of the kids and relationships you made, and pretty soon they're 10 years older, 15 years older. And you just reflect and go, wow, I can't believe it's been that many years so quickly. And then you still really enjoy this. Like, I still love coming out here and being with the kids, and this is a great group of kids to coach. So you just keep enjoying it and see how long it'll last.
Now this year, pretty much the same story as last year. When we talked last year before the beginning of the season, a lot of question marks around your team, a lot of new guys. You guys lost a lot of seniors. Same thing with this team as well. A lot of seniors graduated last year.
Right.
What is this team going to look like this upcoming year?
I think offensively we're much further along than we were last year, and I thought defensively that was kind of the strength of our team last year. So we've kind of flipped the roles. Defensively, we're a little bit younger. Had a really good summer, but it's kind of an untested group of linebackers. And our DBs are all going to be new, and that was the strength of our team last year. So offensively, we have 3 varsity linemen returning. Matt returns at quarterback, which is a huge plus for us, and Scotty Melton returns at receiver, and then Armand Sason looks great at the running back spot. So offensively, I feel we're further along and a little bit more of the veteran side of the ball. Defensively, we'll be growing and see how we can pull it together.
2 guys coming back on defense, Alex Ron and James Amaral. How have those guys been progressing in camp?
Both have done a great job this summer. Right now, Alex is nursing an injury, hip flexor injury, but he'll be fine when the season starts. And we're looking for James to take a leadership role on the defense, and he's going to be handling most of the calls Coach Heck institutes. And he's the veteran guy returning, so he's kind of the linchpin for that team.
Another veteran, Matthew Romero. Stellar year last year. Never started at quarterback at this level before, and just put up tremendous numbers. Over 1,700 yards throwing, almost 30 touchdowns combined, rushing and throwing. How has he progressed, and what are you guys looking for him this year to take that next step?
Well, I think the biggest progression is he completely understands the offense now, and it can be a complicated offense when you're first learning it, and then once you've learned it and it clicks, it becomes much easier to run. He understands the reads. He understands the expectations. I think probably his biggest area of growth would be anticipation of the windows. So know that's the window. Know you're going to hit it, and have success, and not wait too long to get rid of the ball. But again, he's made tremendous growth from last year. We had a great year last year. We expect really big things for him, and I think he's going to be one of the top QBs in the area.
The schedule came out, obviously some games that everyone's looking forward to. Last year when I talked to all the players, they had that Maricosta game circled. It wasn't much of a contest. You guys won pretty handily there. This year, though, I'm sure that Lawndale game in league has to be a game you guys are all looking forward to.
I think there's a couple different games that kids have talked about, games that they're pointing at. Lawndale obviously is one of them. 2 years ago on this field, we won a really great game. It helped us achieve a league championship, and then last year they beat us up pretty good, and they're very talented, returning a lot of kids, so that's gonna be a real challenge for us, and our kids will be ready. And then I think Culver City is probably the other game that we're really looking forward to getting after them when we play over there this year. So those are kind of the 2 league games. Obviously, Costa's always one in the kids' mind just because of them growing up together in the same neighborhoods. Kids are excited it's here again this year because of the scheduling quirks. But those are kind of the marquee games, I think, for the team this year.
Coach, what are your expectations for this team for this upcoming season?
I always... last year I thought if we could have gone 5-5 with all those questions, I thought that would have been a great year, and we had way surpassed that. So I was really excited for them. This year I think we're good enough to be a 6-4, 7-3 team on paper right now if we stay healthy and we play at a high level. And a lot's going to depend on how well the defense starts to gel. Coach Heck's done a phenomenal job his whole entire career as the DC for us, and he's going to have those kids ready to play. So if we perform like I think we can, 6-7 wins would be a mark that we would be shooting for.
Who are some breakout stars by the end of the season where you say that's the guy to watch out for?
I really think there's a couple. Joey Gorte at running back. He was the backup last year, and McEntee, and he's had a really nice summer. He's got quick feet. He's got decent size. He's a little scat back type kid, and he could be a guy that would be special. Obviously, Armand Sason is our kind of our ace fullback, and he's a big, strong. He's worked really hard in the offseason to get quicker. He could be a guy to really watch. And then our receivers, Scotty Melton's a returning starter from last year. Dylan Phillips is going to kind of dual play at tight end and defensive end, and has shown a lot of promise at tight end. Alex Ron will be backing him up. And then you got Christoph Charles, Nathan Kale, James Freilich are all guys. We have a young sophomore named James Pearson who's shown a lot of promise. So there's a lot of talent if they can all start to gel and come together. And it all really hinges on how well we block and how well Matt can do his job. And I think Matt's going to have a special year. He's going to be a definite running threat. He's definitely a throwing threat. So it's going to be exciting to watch us play.
Yeah, you guys got a great offensive line there, led by Gunner there up front, and everybody's coming back for the most part. And then Matthew Romero, of course, he definitely should continue that terrific season he had last year in 2017. Coach, when it's all said and done, and this chapter of this football season is written in the books of El Segundo football history, the last sentence will say, this El Segundo team was...
I'm going to say this El Segundo team was a lot of fun to coach. They've been very respectful. They work hard. They're very, very coachable. They understand concepts really well. So I don't think we're having to do a lot of reteaching. So I think overall we're definitely further along than we were last year. But the experience factor will show on the start of the season on the defensive side of the ball. And we just have to see how we grow and see if we're ready.
Can't wait to see you guys finally play here on the field. Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
For Coach Steve Shevlin, I'm Miguel Delio. We'll see you guys in the regular season.
Come out and support us.